Welcome back to the Streets of London property news, and we're going to be having a look at how the hotel game has completely taken a turn, and it's all due to the investment made by the Qatari Sovereign Fund. And some of you may have heard the news that its sovereignty, Qatar's sovereignty, was attacked yesterday, which is a violation of international law. And our thoughts and our prayers go out to the Qataris, especially the Emir and the ruler of Qatar, which is Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. With that said, let's jump straight into the article. The Chancery Rosewood has now officially opened to the general public, marking the second London site for the Rosewood brand. The hotel, which has been running a soft launch for the past 2 weeks, is situated within the Grade 2 listed former American Embassy at Grosvenor Square and has been developed by the Qatari Diar Europe LLP. A very clever and strategic acquisition by the Qataris, and with the planning permission now to convert it into a hotel, they get to see a return on their investment, which we'll speak about as the video goes on. Let's carry on. The architectural restoration has been led by British architect Sir David Chipperfield, with suites and communal spaces designed by French interiors architects Joseph Durand. Now, this bit is actually quite special. It continues. An all-suite property, the Chancery Rosewood comprises. The key word there is an all-suite property, so all of the rooms are suites. The Chancery Rosewood comprises 144 suites, many of which boast views over Grosvenor Square and Mayfair. Now that's going to take some beating, and with the latest hotel that also opened, which is called the Peninsula at the bottom of Hyde Park Corner, the hotel game for London has taken a turn. Let's carry on. The property will eventually be home to 7 restaurants and bars, which I'll explain a little bit about in a moment, including an outpost of New York celebrity magnate Carbone and the London debut of renowned chef, I love this name, Masayoshi Masa Takayama. Wow, what a name. I just want to go to that restaurant because of the name of the chef. Let me just repeat that again. Masayoshi Masa Takayama. Ooh, that food is going to taste delicious. Let's carry on. The Chancery Rosewood was previously rumoured to be collaborating with Richard Kering of the Le Caprice concept, but it is understood that this is no longer going ahead and will be replaced with a new concept due to be announced in the coming months. I think Richard was a little bit unlucky there. The article continues. Eagle Bar. Wow, what a name. Eagle Bar, taking its name from the newly restored 10-foot high, 30-foot wide Golden Eagle that was placed on the building when it first opened in 1960. Sits proudly on the 7th floor, offering a rooftop bar with panoramic views across London. That's such a masterclass, calling it the Eagle Bar. I mean, the names sometimes mean everything, and we'll explain a little bit as the video goes on. Let's carry on. A subterranean ballroom is able to accommodate 750 guests, while the Asaya Spa, what a name, Asaya Spa, is also located underneath the hotel, featuring a fitness center, 25-meter indoor swimming pool, and 5 treatment rooms. The key thing is that these are all what we call income producing spaces, which I'm going to explain in a moment. Let's carry on. Michael Bonsor, managing director of the Chancery Rosewood, hope to meet him one day, previously said of its launch, "We are excited to bring a new level of luxury and cultural vibrancy to London." You sure will. With an exceptional blend of history, contemporary design and unique culinary experiences, this landmark destination will set the stage for a dynamic and immersive social scene in Mayfair. Our commitment, he says, to hyper-personalized service and curated experiences will ensure every visit feels uniquely enriching and unforgettable. wow, the hotel game has just moved on to another level. The starting price for the smallest suites is going to be circa £1,400 per night, which is significantly higher than the starting price for the Peninsula, which is about £800 per night for a room, not a suite. It's important to understand how this investment works. Qatari Diar, which is the backer and the money behind this investment, doesn't necessarily want to get tied in to the day-to-day operations of a company, and that's how most hotels work. They are operated by established names that have got systems in place. The investors in this instance, which is Qatari Diar, hand over the day-to-day operations to the Chancery Rosewood brand. Now, this has got a few other implications as well, which are positive. Let me explain. Firstly, the operators will have specialist know-how with the high expectations of high net worth guests, and we're talking millionaires and billionaires from the globe expect the highest standards of service, whether it's at lobby, reception, concierge, restaurants. Everything has to be better than London has ever experienced before. And this is where the operators have got their systems in place, and the sovereign wealth fund, which is Qatari Diar, can just pass on the daily operations. It also has financing advantages as well. What the lenders usually prefer is for the main backers to be partnered with established names and service providers that will help them with their underwriting when it comes to financing and loans. This also allows the owners to focus on core competency, and ultimately what they're looking to do is maximize the return on their investment. And that, I mean, for example, it could be the retail spaces. How do they decide and choose who the tenant is? It's not the first tenant, it's going to be the best covenant. It could be a boutique like LV, but instead of having other fashion outlets, you could have jewelry, watches, and other expensive items, whether it's diamonds or whatever. That's what we call finding the right tenant mix to enhance the experience and the visit and the stay for all of its guests. Another reason that you'd go for a branded operator is they have a pull factor, and they have an existing client base from various other sites that they have around the globe that they can pull in to keep the occupancy going right from the start. It also adds value and prestige. They could have chosen the Four Seasons or Hilton or any of the other hotels, but the Chancery Rosewood brand is an elite hotel, and it's really taken the London hotel game to another level. Another masterclass is the 7 dining restaurants, and once again it's about a pull factor. Now, the dining experience is not only available for the guests in the hotel, the general public can also book, and what that does, it brings that venue to life and it makes it feel busier. It becomes another revenue stream and a return on their investment. And I think the masterclass is the ballroom, which accommodates 750. And whether you have a ballroom event or a wedding reception, the cost of renting that space, along with any other services that are provided, whether it's the food, staff, whether it's the tables, they are all income producing, which adds to the return on the investment. So overall, I think it's an amazing addition to London. I hope you've enjoyed this one and it's been informative. I just want to finish off by once again, our thoughts and our prayers are with the people of Qatar and with the families of the injured and deceased. So from the streets of London, until next time, take care. Bye.